To create any visual into a Power BI desktop, you need to be in report view. Under this view, you need to refer to visualizations pane. Under this visualizations pane, you will find many of the visuals, right? So if you click on this particular visual, so it will be inserted into a Power BI desktop. So I have inserted area chart in it, right? So this will be the blank chart. We need these table fields to get it populated, right? You can just drag and drop this chart anywhere in the canvas uh, to make it replay to make it at the correct place, right? And if you see here the highlighted corners or the edges, you can just move your mouse cursor to it, and you can just expand this or resize this chart, right? Now we will use these fields to get it populated. The most important thing about the area chart is that area chart is used where we need to show the trend over the time, right? The values to be visible over the trend over the time, right? So we have the date field for that. Here we will be using the area year for this date to represent the area, right? And the value will be sales. So if you see, we have this area under these two values. So for 2013 our sales was this, and for 2014 the sales was this. So we have 2 years of data, right? So that's why it is showing two dates. The difference between area chart and the line chart is, so I'll show you by creating a simple line chart here with the same data. Let's say for year and sales, you will see same particular line over here, but no shaded region, right? But in area chart you will find some shaded region under it. So this is the only difference between line chart and the area chart. So here if you see, we have secondary y-axis as well. We can use any of these fields in secondary y-axis also. Now here we have only year used, we can use more date uh, units to get it more specified and clear. We can use month into it, right? Now it is showing a date and month and year. So if you see here the drill up and drill down options, if you click it on this arrow, it will show you the year data. So hierarchy or hierarchical data means it will show you the bigger unit to smaller unit and the precise data. Right now it is showing for year. If you see here double arrows, right? So these double arrows will move to the next level in the hierarchy, right? Next level here is our month. So it is showing us now month data for both the years, right? For example, for September it is showing for both the years 2013 and 14. Now if you again go up here for the year data, now you will see divided two divided arrows, right? If you click on it, it will expand all the levels in the hierarchy. All the levels means here it is month and year both. So it will show you month and year both data, correct? This way you can use your area chart. Now we can use more fields into this y-axis. Let's say I am putting it here profit. So it will show you the data for profit and sales both, right? Now here if you see, we have secondary y-axis. You can use sum of sales into secondary y-axis also, or else you can use one more field, let's say COGS into y-axis, correct? Or you can use COGS into secondary y-axis also, this way. So here the number of values you are showing in y and secondary y-axis, the number of areas you will be visible here, right? So here I'm seeing y and one y-axis and one secondary y-axis. To get it formatted with this chart, you will be referring to format your visual section under visualizations pane. Under the x-axis, you will see a continuous range over here, that is September 2013, November 2013, January 2014. So here, if you go for categorical data, so it will show the categories, right? For 2013 category and then for 2014 category. So here there is a separator line here. If it is lightly visible to you. If I zoom it, and it will be lightly visible to you for categories for 2014 category, right? Now if I just show you the formattings here, so this is a simple text formatting for x-axis. You can do this font formatting here. Let's say UI bold. For this x-axis you can increase or decrease the size. If you decrease it, 8 is the minimum font size. You cannot uh, do any of the minimization into this, right? You can increase it, correct? You can make it, it is already, we have choose the bold. You can make it italic, or you can undo the italic formatting. You can change the color of this formatting, right? If you go to the title, then you can just change the title, let's say month and year, right? You can just style here again the font formatting of this title. Again the minimum font size is 8. You can increase it, right? You can change the color here, let's say this orange color. If you click on reset to default, then this formatting will be reset to the default formatting. Same in y-axis, you can go with logarithmic scale. The scale will be changed to the logarithmic one, correct? You can turn it off as well, so you can invert the range as well here. So the it will go from top to bottom, the max minimum on the top and maximum on the bottom, right? The values, you can again do the same font formatting over here in these values. One thing additional here is display units. So Power BI has the functionality, inbuilt functionality, to auto populate the unit over here. Let it is millions as of now. You can go with none, right? You can choose the unit as per you, right? I am choosing for auto. The decimal places you can choose, right? It is showing 00 as of now, so I am keeping it as 0 decimal places. You can change, turn off the, turn on the switch axis position. So the primary y axis will be on the right side and secondary y axis will on the left side, right? The title, you can change the title of this. Let's say instead of sum of sales, I'm using sales here, right? You can do the same font formatting over here. Under the style section, you can use title only, unit only, or both. You can select, you can do the font formatting here. And for secondary y axis, same font formattings are there. You can use the logarithmic scale, right? You can update, you can do the formatting for these values as well. You can do the formatting for this title as well, right? For legends, if you see here the color coding given, for light blue color it is sales, for dark blue color it is profit. So these are the indication of colors called as legends. If you turn it off, then these will be disappeared. If you turn it on, then you can just top right, or you can just change its position, correct? You can change the style of it, marker, or the bigger line, right? Or marker default. You can change the text formattings here, and you can also give the title here, let's say legends. You can also turn it off, and to make it invisible, then you can remove it, right? For grid lines, you can just grid lines are the very light colored or very uh, light displayed lines under the graph, which are just used to make the readability of the chart better, right? You can change the color of here, let's say this red color, right? You can increase the width of it. So this red color line, it will be visible, right? You can change the style of it, let's say solid, or dashed, or dotted, right? For vertical lines, you can also do the same formatting, right? If I increase the, these are the vertical grid lines, the separator lines for the category we saw in our this way. So this is the separator line for these categories 2013 and 14. zoom slider, if you turn it on, then whatever the toggle button is on here, that particular zoom slider will be visible. So here it is visible for y axis. You can turn it off and turn it on for y axis as well. You can keep it on for both ways, right? Slider labels also you can turn it on. Slider tooltip also you can turn on. This way the slider unit will be visible, and the slider is useful to zoom in and zoom out your chart, right? Now for the lines, these lines, we have some options like for all, or we can do the changes for sum of sales or profit only, right? I am doing for all. So here for solid, you can keep it dashed, or you can keep it dotted, or you can keep it to custom, right? I am keeping it to solid only. So joint type is round. This round you can change it for meter, or you can just change it to bevel, right? These ways. So these are the meter is the default one. You can increase the width of these lines, correct? And these are linear, smooth for these curves, and steps or cardinal for steps, right? For cardinal you can just smooth. This is a smooth type. You can increase or decrease the curve over here, right? And here for step it will show you the step one center, or you can show it after, or you can just keep it on before, right? The most good one is, or the most used one is linear. For colors, you can change the color over here. Let's say this brown color. So for sales it is changed for this one, and you can also change it for profit only, right? So I am changing it to, let's say, this yellow color. It is not looking pretty good, so I am changing it to, let's say, pink color. Let's say no. So you can change it as per your requirement, correct? This one is better. For shade area, you can turn off the shade area, so it will be converted to line chart, right? You can turn it on as well. Here you can apply the formatting again. Match color you can turn it off, right? Or you can turn on. You can change the color here. Let's say if I go to sales, and if I turn off the match color, then you can also change the shade area, right? So the brown color is for line, and under the brown area this is gray area for sales, right? I can click on reset to default to change the default formattings. So the markers, these are the markers, right? So markers for sum of sales or whatever, for you can change. You can select that label, show for all series. You can change these markers here, right? If it is off, then no markers will be visible. If it is on, then these markers will be, or the highlighters will be visible to you. You can increase or decrease its size. You can change the type here. You can make the borders of these markers as well. If you turn on the data labels, then these data labels will be visible to you, right? You can set the position under or above, wherever you want, right? Now you can just turn it on for like maximum minimum width. You can turn on the title here. For values, you can also do the same formatting options for title, right? You can increase or decrease the decimal places here, right? You can change the display unit, let's say thousands, correct? As of now I am turning it off, correct? Or you can also give the background details, layouts, and ladder lines options. Series labels, if you turn it on, then these series labels will be visible to you. You can do the formatting here as well, right? Under the plot area background, you can use you can use it for adding the image here, correct. I'm not using any image. For general options you can use these formatting like properties. You can use change it for size, let's say. For height, if I keep it bit above, so height, let's say 600 pixels, right? Width, let's say as 800 pixels, right? You can change the position of it, right? Horizontal and vertical, let's say for vertical 0, so it will be on 0 position, right? Padding, you can change the padding here. Padding means the space between the border and this text. Let's say I'm giving 5, then 5 pixels it will keep the space. You can keep this padding from top, right, bottom or left. You can change the title of this chart as well, correct. Here you can change the formatting, you can change the background color of it. You can just keep it alignment. You can keep the text color different, right? You can keep it bold, or you can change the font family here, right? You can turn on the subtitle. You can use the divider here as well, right? You can increase the width of this divider, or you can change the color of this divider, right? You can, under the effects, you can use the background color, let's say this light color background, and you can increase the transparency this way, right? Under the visual borders, you can use the border of this one, so you can use the rounded corners. If you see the edges of this chart will be like sharp. If you to keep the value of this rounded corners more, then the roundness will be visible, and you can increase the width of this chart, right? You can change the color of the border as well. You can add the shadow here, right? You can change the color and position of the shadow. Let's say the color is this one, and the position also you can change. Bottom left we can keep, right? Here under the data format, you can change the format of the date. Here will be in the whole number, right? The month will be the, here we have the month as a month name, so it is will be text. The sales will be in the currency format, correct. So the currency will be visible, and you have to choose the which currency format you need to use, right? Here it is US, or you can use the UK if it has UK states, right? The decimal number places you can handle here, correct. The same formatting you need to do for profit, right? For profit it will be also currency, and you need to opt for which currency you want, and you can increase the decimal places here. Header icons are the these icons, right? If you turn it off, then, or it is turned on, the both ways these header icons will be visible in Power BI desktop. But if you publish this to Power BI service, then these icons will not be visible to Power BI desktop service, right? If you have kept it on, then these are visible. You can change the background color of this. You can change the border of this. You can change the color. You can increase the transparency, right? You can choose what icons you want. Let's say if I turn off drill up, then this drill up icon will not be visible to Power BI service, right? For tooltip, if you see, if I hover here, some tooltip or additional information is visible here. Then we can format this tooltip as well by going to the text here, right? For example, label this one, value as this one. So you will see some changes in the text here, and you can change the background color here as well. So this is all about what you can do in the area chart.